we got about an hour until we're going over to Robert Kiyosaki's, and Josh's gonna be negotiating with the team about the deal that's going on. Just trying to make me jelly over there. The cappuccino.
I asked PJ if he enjoys life or something.
Are you feeling dialed in now?
Yeah.
With that cappuccino?
Oh, dude.
I bet you are.
If you could see what I was just cooking up, I think a lot of people would be quite surprised. This is the biggest hack before you go into a big negotiated meeting, especially when it's really important. After you prepare a lot, which I already have, you need to think about what's going to happen. And I don't know why it works, but it's just collecting your thoughts. So I have 10 minutes before the meeting, and I'm just going to reflect and think for the next 10 minutes to visualize how it's going to go. And when I can picture exactly how it's going to go, it almost always goes that way. And I don't know why it is. George, one of the guys that I work for, he was the one who told me to do this. If you just can imagine everything that's going to happen beforehand in a meeting like this, it's probably going to. Same thing if you're going to swing a golf club, right? If you practice golf all the time and you practice all the time, you get better, but then you actually think about what's about to happen with the clubs. I don't golf, but I like business, and that's what's about to go the fuck down. Today I had quite a bit of Kiyosaki negotiations. Robert Kiyosaki, I'm taking over all of his online stuff, or at least planning to. We're just kind of going over numbers, sending them spreadsheets. Like when you're working with a larger company, there's so much legal and processing, and they move quite slowly because they want to get things very much handled. They have a team that's doing it now, but they need to cancel their contract, and then they're going to have to get a new one going. And then we're talking about pricing and what percentage of the revenue that I generate that do I get. So all these things, when you're working with a bigger business, you just kind of have to flow through, and it takes time, but it's pretty important. It's not my specialty, but it needs to get done. And then there's just a bunch of other avenues that we were talking about for other potential work that will be had, and it's pretty exciting. There's actually some really exciting things going on in that, but I can't talk about it yet until everything's kind of dotted and signed, because I'm infamous for jinxing good news, because I think when something is done, it's not always done. And so don't want to jinx it. We'll just keep on going through the process and getting everything handled. And then hopefully a few weeks from now, it's boom, you see everything come down. And I'll show you guys exactly what I'm doing for him when I actually do it. I'll do a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff. I have a ton of systematizing to do. I have to systematize what I'm doing from step A to step Z so we can onboard people at a much higher scale. Even not just at scale, but at quality. I mean, there's 2 people that I'd like to bring on, but I don't have a training regime for them right now, to where if I brought them on, I don't have exactly what their KPIs would be. I don't have everything handled. So that's the biggest priority, which was having PJ and I stress the fuck out earlier. Right? Were you as stressed as I was?
Yeah, I was so stressed that I was falling asleep throughout the whole day.
Well, he was falling asleep as we were driving trucks from a few hours. Well, it took PJ a few hours because he kept on digging wrong turns. I was telling him that his license needs to be revoked immediately.
I agree with it.
Effective immediately. The first one, he took a wrong turn. I was like, all right, I'll probably mess up somewhere else. You're like 5 minutes
What's
behind.
funny enough is the first time Josh called me, he goes, "Oh, did you take a wrong turn?" I'm like, "Oh, no.
Mega foreshadowing.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, you're just ahead of me. I see you now." I'm like, "Oh, okay, bet."
Yeah.
And then
5 minutes later, you get, you almost crash.
that was before this all happened.
PJ almost crashes 5 minutes into the trip.
Well, the thing with my truck is the brakes are just, you gotta step on those.
See, the thing is, I've driven that. I am used to driving that truck. You know what? I've never had a problem with anything.
Yeah, but
So he almost wrecks it, and then
it was fucking like when you're about to rear end someone and you just kind of pray while you're stopping.
Yeah.
I was doing that, but thank God I actually swerved into the breakdown lane or whatever on the highway, because I would have fucking nailed him if I didn't. But and then I forgot I was supposed to bear right or whatever,
So I called Josh. I go, no, I took a wrong turn. While I'm on the phone with him, I'm still in the right lane while I'm supposed to get on the part of the highway. So then there's another 15 minutes to my trip.
And so I call PJ, like, bear in mind, I get to the place where the auction to sell the truck is, and 5 minutes, I just kind of chill out. I'm like, all right, so PJ is probably like 2 or 3 minutes away. He's just slightly behind me. And then I call him. He's like, where were you at? He's like, I'm 25 minutes away. I was like, what the fuck? I was like that is impressive. Did you break down? Or are you pushing the car? And so anyway, his license needs to get revoked today. So here I am working hard. PJ full blown falling asleep over here as I'm getting all the work done. Every time I'm not looking, PJ's out taking a nap somewhere. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Every single time. Have you no shame? We are 40 minutes outside of Scottsdale at a car auction to sell a big green truck. Now we need to go get the title for the other truck. PJ took 2 wrong turns getting here. How are you feeling?
Feeling wonderful. Now I got $1 loss. I'm gonna just go all in. Fucking go 5.
No.